So, I hear it's jersey tossing season already, eh? Welcome to From Center Ice. My name is Courtney, and what we are going to do here is simple. We are going to take deep breaths, and we are going to calm down. I know. The Leafs losing is very frustrating. Michael Hutchinson allowing 4 goals, and then the Sharks also adding an empty netter, is also frustrating. But the Leafs have played 5 games, and in most of those games so far, they've come out at the end of the game looking like the better team. So, we are going to calm down. It is going to be okay. Again, I understand, it is very frustrating. I was very frustrated watching this game last night, seeing the Sharks go ahead, seeing the Leafs tie it back up, and then, oh my god, a deflating goal allowed by the Leafs again, and now they're chasing once again. So I understand. But they had their 3rd string goaltender in, and yes, you do want Michael Hutchinson to make some big saves and to keep your team in it instead of allowing deflating goals when they have the momentum. It will be okay. So let's go over the 3 questions I had for last night's game. Question number 1. Will Auston get his first goal? No. He did not do that. And he only had 3 shots in this game to, I think, 8 in the last game. Question number 2. Will the Leafs get somebody to screen the goaltender? Once again, no. They did not do this. Question number 3. Can they get back into the goal column on the power play? The Leafs had 2 power play opportunities last night against the San Jose Sharks, and they scored on a total of 0 of them. So, no. But they did outshoot the Sharks, and they won more face-offs than they lost, if that brings you any sort of comfort. It was a wild back-and-forth game after the first period where both teams were getting chances, but it didn't seem like anybody was going to score, and nobody did score. Once Logan Couture opened up the scoring in the second period, the game also opened up, and it started getting a little crazy both ways. Couture scored about a minute later. Jason Spezza tied it up because who else? Pierre Engvall and Wayne Simmons got the assists on that goal, and Spezza and Simmons have been 2 of the best Leafs still in the 5 games that they've played so far. A few seconds later, Timo Meier scores to retake the lead for the San Jose Sharks, while he was just standing on the half wall and shot a puck toward the net, and Hutch just didn't save it. But 10 minutes and 24 seconds into the second period, Ondrej Kase with his first goal as a Maple Leaf on a breakaway. You gotta love that. And it tied the game back up at 2. But a little over a minute later, Erik Karlsson takes a shot from the point. I don't think Hutch could really see it. There were 2 guys standing in front of him. Either way, it goes, and the Sharks have the 3-2 lead. And that is how the second period ended. The third period wanted to get in on the fun because 25 seconds into the third period, Jonathan Dahlen, right in front of the net, just pops it right past Michael Hutchinson. 4-2 San Jose. But it's early in the third period. It's only 2 goals. If there's anything the Leafs can do, it's score a bunch of goals. Well, usually. They did not score a bunch of goals in the third period last night, but 13 minutes and 39 seconds into the third period, John Tavares did get on the board. He cut the Sharks' lead to 1. It was 4-3, but the Leafs just could not get that 4th goal, and with about 40 seconds left on the clock, Logan Couture once again scores a goal. This time it is on the empty net, and the Leafs lose 5-3. Again, I know it is not fun when the Leafs lose, but they've been playing well. Games like this are going to happen, and games where they get goal lead are going to happen. The most frustrating thing for me isn't the Leafs losing these games, it's the failure to adjust. They still are not getting guys to the front of the net to take away the goalie's sightlines. They've gotten a couple greasy goals in front of the net. You can thank Michael Bunting for that, and Jason Spezza. It's basically Spezza, Simmons, and Bunting taking care of all of the dirty work in front of the net. But the opposing goaltender still is not being screened. He is seeing the shots, and when goaltenders see shots, there's a good chance that they are going to save them. Unless we're talking about Michael Hutchinson not saving a puck from just a shot from the half wall. But we're moving past that. We are moving past it. And we have to move past it quickly because they are back in action tonight in Pittsburgh. That's right, the Leafs are leaving Canada for the first time in a long while. So let's just forget about last night's matchup against the Sharks. Stop throwing jerseys on the ice 5 games into the season question. I mean, you could always be cheering for the Blackhawks. I'm having a great time over here, guys. But here are my 3 questions for tonight's game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Question 1. Can the Maple Leafs get the miraculous goaltender performance tonight? We would have to assume that Jack Campbell is back in net for Toronto tonight. And so far, all of the miraculous goaltending performances have come against Toronto. That's not to say that Campbell hasn't made some fantastic saves, because he has. And this isn't taking anything away from him, but he has not yet goalied a team like the Leafs have been goalied by other goalies. So maybe he can do that tonight against a team that it seems no matter how many injuries or who is injured, they just always seem to have guys that will win games. Question 2. Can the Leafs get and utilize momentum? Last night against the Sharks, they got some momentum from tying up the game quickly every time, well, mostly every time that they got behind. But then they could not properly utilize that momentum because then the Sharks would just immediately score again. So then the Leafs were chasing once again. And you could see how after a while that wore them down. So can they just flip that script tonight, get the momentum to start, and then just carry that through the full 60? Let's hope so, because if people are freaking out after 5 games, then having another bad performance in game number 6 would probably be detrimental to the fan base. Question 3. Will Auston Matthews or Mitch Marner ever score again? This question is mostly a joke and just making fun of a lot of hot takes on the internet, but we all know it would be great for the team and great for those 2 guys in particular if they did get some goals, so maybe tonight they can do that. If nothing else, maybe Mitch or Auston can score. So those are my 3 questions for tonight's game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I'm already sick of back-to-backs, and we're like 2 weeks into the season. Basically 1.5 weeks into the season. The Leafs had a back-to-back last week. They have a back-to-back this weekend. The Ice Hogs had a back-to-back to open up their season last weekend. They have another one last night and tonight. I'm tired of back-to-backs, but I don't make the schedule, so I just have to go along with it. But if you would like to hear more from me or from Center Ice, you can head on over to FromCenterIce.com. There's links to all of the places where you can find us, but if you are more of a social media person and would like to follow us on those platforms, all of the links are down in the description. And while you're here, why not subscribe to the channel and give this video a like, because that would make me very happy. But all of that being said, thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let's hope for a Leafs win tonight, and I will catch you all after the game. Bye, guys.